Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Bird.
What's the most memorable thing that Larry Bird does? Besides winning 3 MVP awards and 3 championships with the Celtics, Bird is often seen embarrassing and trash-talking his opponents, but living up to every single word he says. Here is how savage Larry Bird is on the court in 6 ways. Number 1, rookie introductions. In their first year, rookies do need time to adjust and get to know the NBA court. Larry Bird makes sure to introduce himself properly. Then in his rookie year, Reggie Miller remembers how he tried to underestimate Bird, and what he got along the perfect free throws were the words, "You gotta be kidding me. Rook, you gotta be kidding me. Rook, I'm the best shooter in the league right now. Understand? And you're up here trying to say something?" Clyde Drexler, as he guarded Bird in his rookie year, was warned by Larry Bird of how unstoppable he was, and when he questioned that, what he got were the words, "Confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything." And then came 10 straight points from the Bird. Even 9-time All-Star Dominic Wilkins remember how in his rookie year, Larry Bird was taunting him and discouraging him, even if they were on the same team. This challenged Wilkins to dunk on Bird, to which the legend replied, "I'm still getting 40 on you tonight." Larry Bird really has that competitive spirit in his veins. Number 2, crazy shots. Well, you have to give it to Larry Bird, who's been making a scene since his first year. Bill Fitch, former Celtics coach, tells of how they were down with 2 points against the Phoenix, and Larry Bird, still in his rookie year, shoots a 3 from the out of bounds. He is known to shoot from tight places, make fadeaways and layups while heavily guarded, and sometimes look like he's just throwing the ball in the air, only for it to land for a shot. He would school those who guarded him, even legends like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Charles Barkley. A lifetime member of the Boston Celtics, Larry Legend left an indelible impression on anyone who watched him play in the 1980s and early 1990s, and does the same for anyone who happens to see one or more of his highlights on YouTube or NBA TV. What can be memorable is how he competed with his teammate Kevin McHale's record of 56 points in a game by making 60.9 days later in a 126-115 win against the Hawks in '85, Bird's career best. He did these often during crunch time, in the crucial moments of a game where they were a few points away from winning the game or from going overtime. The pressure didn't get in Larry Bird's head, but instead, he says that he will make the shot. He will always make the shot, even if it's from the half-point line, nothing but net. Number 3, beating everyone else's records. Bill Fitch also tells the story of how Larry Bird really sets himself up for competition to get excited about the games he'll play. When they need to go around the country to play, Bird would ask people what the record is on that court, then beat it. When they were playing in Worcester, Bird asked the player who was guarding him, "Hey, what's the scoring record in this building?" The guy asks why, and he says, "Well, you're guarding me, aren't you?" He would beat the shooting record thereafter. And mind you, he really takes all these records to heart. Both being alumni of the Seattle Supersonics, Shawn Kemp was welcomed with a confrontation as he stepped on the NBA court. "You're the one that broke all my records in high school, right? And you're the one that used to dunk on my brother too, right, Andy? I've got something for you tonight." Larry Bird sought revenge for his record being broken and for Kemp dunking on his brother, shooting a total of 40 points for their game that night. Number 4, coaches. As trash-talking players became too easy as time passed, Larry Bird chose to mess with coaches eventually. When he was shooting over Ben Porquette in a Bulls match in '84, the poor Ben trying to keep up his guard, Bird felt insulted and ran up to Chicago's coach Doug Collins and laughingly remarked, "Ben Porquette, are you freaking kidding me?" As young Dennis Rodman was guarding him as he made 4 shots, Bird ran over to Pistons coach Chuck Daly and said, "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Is anyone guarding me? You better get someone on me or I'm gonna go for 60. There was even this time where they had a match with the Jazz and Larry Bird was just making shot after shot. He ran up to coach Frank Layden and said, "That's a heat check to see how hot I am." Bird then continues, "Hey Frank, haven't you got someone on the bench who can guard me? Because nobody out here can." To which Frank lightheartedly responded, "No." Number 5. Precise strategies. It's just amazing to hear stories of how Larry Bird will specifically tell his opponents how he will make a shot and really deliver it to them. In the crucial seconds of a game with Washington, Boston's coach called for a timeout as Larry Bird was attempting to make the winning shot. He looked at the opponent's bench and said, "You guys, when I come in from the timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot and I'm going to kick it in." He delivered properly. In a game in Seattle, Xavier McDaniel was heavily guarding Larry Bird. As a timeout is called during crunch time, Bird tells McDaniel, "I'm going to get it right here. I'm shooting your face." Before the timeout ends, Bird walks to McDaniel and says, "Xavier, I'm getting the ball. I'm going to take 2 dribbles to the left. I'm going to step back behind the 3-point line and stick it." Bird makes the winning shot with only a bit of time to spare. In a 1986 game with the Mavericks, he was talking to the opponent's bench about how he'll make his next shot. "I'm going to stand right here. I'm not going to move. They'll pass me the ball, and the next sound you'll hear will be the ball hitting the bottom of the net." He even winked at them after making the shot. But perhaps one of the craziest things he said was how he'll make the winning shot of the Hawks game in the trainer's lap. As Larry Bird makes his shot from beyond the 3, another player accidentally bumps him and Bird lands on the trainer's lap, bringing home his famous 60-point record. Number 6. Bragging rights. Larry Bird, in the end, just performs the craziest and weirdest things just to flex the level of skill and expertise he has. In a 1984 match against 76ers' Julius Erving, he is remembered to have repeated 2 numbers, the points he had and the points Dr. J had. He kept count of every single point both of them had and repeated an update when he would score another until this match went to a full brawl. On Valentine's Day 1986, after fulfilling play on their West Coast road trip, Larry Bird told everyone that he'll be playing left-handed against the Trailblazers. At the end of 3 quarters, he had shot at least 22 points using only the left hand he said earlier and had made the winning shot. And lastly, who can forget the year 1986, the first time the 3-point shootout was introduced to the NBA All-Star Weekend. After practicing extensively 5 days before the event, Larry Bird walks into the locker room and tells everyone, "I want all of you to know I'm winning this thing. Who's playing for second?" Larry Bird is the most remembered for being the 3-point king, winning for 3 consecutive years, all without removing his jacket or warmer. Back during the time when you would not get a technical foul for trash talking, Larry Bird maintained a cool head by getting in everyone else's head. This is what we can literally call getting in your head in the game. Until next time, guys, peace.